We're glad you're watching the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and there's so many interesting places to visit in this general area, as you know. Today's no exception. Look where we are today. We're at the Delta Family Restaurant, Delta, Pennsylvania. I'm Ken Kiedrowski, and you're on location. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're watching the program. Ken Kiedrowski here, and I'm just going to sit back and relax and have some coffee. Good. We're here at the Delta Family Restaurant. Where else but in Delta, Pennsylvania. And we're here with Rula Skuris, right?
Yes.
Right. And you're Skuris, I'm Kiedrowski, two very easily pronounceable names. And we're here to talk about a lot of things, but especially the restaurant business and the Delta Family Restaurant in particular. So Rula, let's see, where should we start? Your dad, was it your dad and a bunch of brothers came over from Greece?
Yes.
Quite a few years ago?
Yes. The first one came in 1955, and by 1970, 8 brothers and sisters and my grandparents were living in York, PA.
Yeah, living the American dream over here.
Yes.
Right. So you've seen it all as far as like an immigrant family and how it is to come from, as people would say, the old country, in this case being Greece, to the United States and digging in to make the American dream your own.
Yes, I have. I grew up speaking Greek until I went to my first day of kindergarten. And when I went to kindergarten, I didn't know any English until they dropped me off, and I picked up the language very easily.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I could imagine it's not an easy thing. We did a show a couple of months ago with the Fiore family in Pilesville with their vineyard, and their story has a lot of parallels to yours, where he came over, met his wife here, but they came from Italy, of course, where your family came from Greece, and like so many other immigrants from Greece, open up a restaurant.
Yes.
Your family started in a lot of different locations, but then your dad finally settled on this general area, which for the sake of you folks at home is on Route 74, Pennsylvania Route 74 and 851 on what some people still call the Delta Bypass in Delta, Pennsylvania, and you can't miss it. There's the roundabout and the Delta Family Restaurants on one side, and on the other side is the Peach Bottom Inn, which is also owned by their family. So let's talk a little bit about what makes the Delta Family Restaurant so special. I mean, like we could start with the coffee shop. I know that if I would come in here at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'd have to fight my way in there because you have quite a crew of regulars who are dying to come in to have their bacon and eggs, and especially the coffee.
The coffee and the gossip. Don't forget the gossip.
The gossip.
They have to catch up on all the local news and what happened the night before, what happened the day before. That's what they do. They catch up on all the gossip in the area, all the news.
So, and who says men don't gossip? I mean,
but they do.
You got to find out what's going on.
If you want to find out, that's where you go. That's the place to go.
Well, I imagine. I mean, you probably get more information in your coffee shop in the morning than you could at a township meeting. You probably get the better scoop too. I
Definitely.
would imagine. Who knows? You know what? I was talking about your family for a couple of minutes ago. I should have stopped and said then. Let's see. Your dad's Bill.
Yes.
And your mom's Golfo. Let's see. Then you have a sister Maria and a brother George who hangs out and is in charge of the back of the restaurant, making sure all the food comes out in a timely way.
Yes, and he does a lot of the ordering, a lot of the back of the house, managing, staffing, scheduling, and so forth.
Okay, as long as we're talking about staffing and scheduling, and ordering, I understand that during regular growing season, you're buying a lot of your vegetables, maybe some fruits too, from the local farmers.
Yes, we try to buy from local farmers, or there's a stand down off of Broad Street, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of fresh produce, especially tomatoes.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't like a good tomato in the summertime?
Oh yeah, you got to have your BLTs and I'm really partial to having sliced tomatoes with eggs for breakfast in the morning instead of, because I'm watching my carbs. What can I tell you? Yeah, I'm at that time of life where the doctor says, Ken, watch your carbs.
Right.
And of course, this place is carb heaven because I know, let's see, where's the breakfast menu? Here's the breakfast menu. Hey, we can have fun here. Jeepers, eggs any style, the omelets, all the breakfast burritos, and
It's comfort food. Chipped
all
beef gravy, sausage
gee.
gravy, biscuits, grits.
A lot of guys were in the Army or the Navy having chipped beef, and you think it's amazing they still order it.
They love it. They love it.
Yeah, they got addicted to it in
Yes.
the armed forces. Of course, from the griddle, all the pancakes, blueberry, Belgian waffles. Oh,
Scrapple.
wow. Yeah.
Big seller here.
It's
Scrapple.
all here. And if I opened up the lunch and dinner menu, that goes on and on too.
Yes, we do lunch and dinner specials every day.
Yeah. So, okay, across the street at the Peach Bottom Inn, now it's a little bit more upscale. So you've got the bar service there, and you've got some of the items on the menu that are a little bit fancier. Like, I don't know, you want to name
We
something?
do chicken Chesapeake, which is a chicken breast with jumbo lump crab meat.
Oh, that's marvelous. Yeah, I know.
Jumbo lump crab cakes.
Yeah.
We do rack of lamb, a great Alfredo, saute items. Everything is made to order.
Now, with your community involvement, there are probably a lot of people who come to you every once in a while and say, listen, we've got this charitable organization or we have this group, could you help us out? And I know you guys don't like to really advertise it a lot, but you do a lot in that regard.
We do. We help the local schools. We have Harford County, Kennerdale, and Red Line schools that we try to help out. There's
Yeah.
Mason-Dixon Community Services. Locally, if there's families that need help, we've done that many times in the past where we've helped them with food when they're having a hard time. And even employees we've had that have needed help.
Yeah. Mason-Dixon Family Services, they do a lot in this area. They're amazing with what they do. We also did a show about them.
Yeah, we're actually going to do First Friday Give Local York on May 1st at Peach Bottom Inn. We did it last year for the first time, and we're doing it again this year. We're going to help them.
Yeah, and that's another thing we didn't mention. You've got the Delta Family Restaurant, the Peach Bottom Inn, and now you're serving what, breakfast and lunch to the workers at
Peach Bottom Atomic Power Station.
Power
And a lot of
Station.
their catering, in-house catering.
Yeah.
We run the cafeteria that they have for their employees.
Gee, how is it bringing in all the food? You got to get past security there.
Well, we have the trucks that come in. Our location is not in a secure area.
Oh,
So
okay.
we've actually passed, they do random checks sometimes with the food trucks that come in, deliveries and so forth, but we're in an area that we're not in the secure part of the building.
Yeah. Well, the people who drive past here on 74 had no idea or wouldn't have had any idea about the history with your family, which really is a nice story. And if we had 2 or 3 hours, we could do justice to everything that your family has done and gone through to build the American dream here in southern Pennsylvania. And you can't get much more south in Pennsylvania than where we are right now. That's for sure. That's for sure. So let's see, what else can we talk about real fast? Or is there anything you want to mention about what makes the place special?
The employees, the staff,
Yeah.
the community
Yeah.
that comes in here and they patronize our restaurants. That's what makes it special, makes it successful. That if we didn't have them, then we wouldn't be here.
That's true.
And we
Yeah,
hire local employees. They
Yeah.
help. They become family. We have employees that have been here for 25 years, and they're family to us.
You're right. You could talk all day about how wonderful the food is, but it comes down to people. It comes
Yes.
down to people, like you said, the people who come in, the people who come in through the doors and pick up a menu and say, I'll have this or that, and the ladies and everybody else who works here who sets out the food and really does make it a special place. Yeah.
Yep.
So, hey everybody. So if you haven't been to the Delta Family Restaurant or the Peach Bottom Inn, here's your opportunity. Lula Stores, thank you. Thank
you,
you so
Ken.
much for being here with me. And I'll be back in a second and we'll sum up the show. Thanks. Well, there's just too much in this menu. I'll have to take a look at it after I get done talking to you fine folks. Well, anyway, what did we learn today? Well, we learned that the Skouras family came over from Greece all those many years ago, and Bill, the patriarch of this local branch of the Skouras family, decided to start the Delta Family Restaurant right here on Route 74 in Delta, Pennsylvania, and it's been a fixture here for years. I mean, we learned about all these gentlemen, retired gentlemen, nothing wrong with that, who come in here every morning and discuss what's going on. You know, they just want to make sure that the town's operating the right way and they know everything that's going on. It sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. It's really Americana right here at the Delta Family Restaurant. Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you learned something. Again, I want to thank you for spending time with me. I'm Ken Kiedrowski, and you've been On Location.